habits that thriving women in their 20s have. Can you imagine and envision what a life would look like if instead of this survival mode, striving for just the bare minimum, we were able to fill our own cup and then pour it out to anyone we meet, to any experience, and be able to live that, be present in that, and really experience life to the fullest? Just imagine how brilliant that would be. The first thing is filling our own cup. This is the habit of prioritizing your well-being, your health, your mental health, and your own energy levels, right? This can look like getting enough sleep, having a balanced diet, actually getting the nutrition your body needs, drinking enough water, getting in that movement, having a movement practice. Really caring about your mental health. Where are you giving all of your energy? If it is to external circumstances or to other people and you have no time to really fill your own cup, you're not going to be able to serve those people that you want to serve, or you're not going to be able to even really function. You're not going to really be able to take care of yourself or take care of your responsibilities the way you really need to. So this is this idea of filling your own cup first, so that you can continue to thrive and live at the highest capacity that you have, with the best energy, the most vitality. And when you are healthy in this way, and when you are taking care of yourself and nurturing yourself, that vitality expands, right? What we eat, what we consume, the amount of sleep we're getting, that really increases our energy levels. And when we have increased energy levels, we can actually do more of the things that we want to do. A lot of us get stuck not prioritizing our well-being because we're trying to prioritize the fun, or we're trying to prioritize the things we want to do, the things that feel good in the moment, feel nice in the moment, that instant gratification stuff. And we think that is how to have a happy life. But this actually isn't filling up your cup like you would think it would. It's actually draining you to the point where eventually you won't even have the energy, because you aren't taking care of yourself, to do those things anymore. Now imagine instead if you took moments of your day, took time out of your day to really focus on yourself and your health. When you schedule things like food, meals, drinking water, getting in some movement, going for a quick walk, and getting enough sleep, that's gonna fill your cup to the point where you will have the energy, boundless energy, to be able to do all those other things you want to do anyway. And you'll be able to do them better and have a higher capacity for being present in those moments, right? So making that habit of prioritizing your well-being, that's gonna ensure that you are able to thrive in your 20s, especially in your 20s, but this is really for anybody, right? My experience is this is what I've learned in my 20s. So that's why I'm sharing this with you. But really, anybody who's prioritizing on their well-being, making that a habit, they're gonna be thriving more than they're just surviving. Another habit of someone who's thriving instead of being in survival mode is that they have a habit of embracing personal growth, right? They're working on themselves. It's this process of learning more. When we understand that we might have a gap of knowledge somewhere, when we recognize that, maybe we can learn more about it. Reflecting on ourselves. That is this self-growth, personal growth habit. What did we do yesterday? How could we do better today? And this isn't a grind culture kind of mindset, but rather it's more understanding that there are areas in life in which we are more ignorant of the information, right? And this personal growth is recognizing those things that might actually help fill those gaps in our knowledge. And when we actually understand these things, then we have a better understanding of ourselves. And when we can reflect on ourselves using this knowledge that we've gained, whether it be from courses, from reading, or just from trying new things and experiencing things that you hadn't experienced before, it is able to fill those gaps in our knowledge. And so having a habit of really focusing on your personal development, not in a way to where you are not prioritizing your well-being or you're not prioritizing your relationships. Not like that. That is not what we're talking about. We are not talking about wasting our time going down a rabbit hole of not thinking you're good enough. But rather, it's knowing these gaps of knowledge that you have and trying to fill in those gaps with purposeful information. So another habit, it's the habit of nurturing the relationships in your life. The people who are thriving, you see them with their groups of friends or with their family, and they seem to really have good connections. They have good people in their life. They have this exciting experiences or even just really cozy experiences with people that they love. So in survival mode, we have a really hard time nurturing relationships sometimes. I think a lot of us, either we're in toxic relationships, which sucks, that's its own thing, or we are actually not able to give enough of our attention to our relationships because we're too focused on maybe being anxious in a connection, or maybe assuming that somebody has different beliefs about something and that makes you uncomfortable and you don't know how to really reconcile that with people. We have a lot of relational issues, and a lot of it comes from a lack of communication, from poor communication. And again, if you have poor communication and you can assess that and see, that's going to be that habit of embracing personal growth, filling that gap, learning how to communicate better, maybe learning about maybe why you aren't communicating effectively. That's another topic. But it's really this habit of nurturing your supportive connections, the people in your life that are supportive, that are inspiring, that are uplifting. We want to really make sure that we're nurturing those connections, that we're making sure that they're getting what they need out of the relationship just like you are. And not in a gross manipulative way, but what I really mean is that you aren't being toxic in this relationship, right? And they also are not. That they can be present with you, right? The most supportive relationships or connections that we can have are when there's a mutual awareness and reciprocity and presence. Presence in those connections is what's so important. I think people that are thriving are able to have this sense of presence in their relationships, to really help nurture them and make sure that the people that they are close to feel like they are supported, and you in turn also feel supported without any energy draining or any weird stuff happening in that dynamic. It's nurturing those good relationships and really making sure you're at least communicating with the people who care about you, right? A lot of the times we get so focused on ourselves, so focused on our own life, that we ignore the people who are really just wanting our attention. And again, not in a toxic way. This is also making sure that we aren't nurturing these toxic relationships too much to the point where they are our main focus and priority in life. We really need to make sure that we are reaching out to those that we care about, that we love, and who are really genuinely there for us as a support network, right? Another habit of thriving in your 20s, a thriving woman is going to live more intentionally. There is this habit of really being present, really focusing on living intentionally, really recognizing that every action you take is going to have a repercussion. You know what I mean? So it's being mindful. It is making choices with awareness of what the future is going to hold in relation to this situation. Or having that awareness is key to really be able to feel into our intuition about things, whether it be purchasing sustainable products or recycling. I know that's the first thing I thought of. Or if it's gonna be like this very large piece of chocolate cake, although it looks delicious, the sugar is probably going to give me some brain fog, and I know later today I have this really important meeting where I'm gonna have to speak. Maybe I should wait. Maybe I shouldn't have this chocolate cake. And that's just an example of living mindfully. You can take the cake, but maybe save it in the fridge because you know that you need to maybe eat it the next day because this big meeting is really important. You need to make sure you have mental clarity, right? It's living intentionally moment to moment. It's this habit of recognizing that thriving is not actually when you go overboard, you go crazy, you are harming yourself by drinking too much or partying or staying out odd hours of the night. As I said in a previous habit, if you're gonna thrive, you have to prioritize your well-being. I just want to note that thriving is not going to happen if you are stuck feeling sick for multiple days after a binge. Now, is it okay to do those things every once in a while? Maybe. You would know that a lot better, and it's that self-awareness coming back up again. And when you're self-aware and you're also environmentally and experientially aware of everything happening around you at all times, you can then live intentionally. Another habit of thriving women in their 20s is that we see failures as lessons. The more risks we take, the more experiences we have, the more we get to fail and really see what doesn't work, the more we can reiterate, retry, learn, and embrace this unknown that is constantly leading us to being better and doing better for ourselves. And I think all of the things that I have mentioned in this, the number one way to thrive instead of survive is to have self-awareness and be able to use that self-awareness to grow and change and adapt to become the best, most vital, filled, happy, joyful, thriving woman. Okay. Not just woman. Again, you don't have to be a woman to watch my videos, but that is who I am talking to from my own experience. Overall, I hope you have realized that the main point of this video is that we are not just here to survive. We're not just here to try to grab any scraps that we can to make ourselves feel loved, feel valued, feel important, feel worthy, feel healthy, right? That is not what it's about. It's really about having the self-awareness in any situation, in any part of our life, in any aspect, any sector of our life and of our existence. Having that self-awareness to see what we need, what isn't full. We have this cup. What are we filling it with? Figuratively, we're filling our cup with things that are just empty calories. They're nothing. They are not adding any nutrition, any nutritional value at all. It's waste, right? What if we could actually fill our cups with the things that are nurturing us, that are keeping us happy, healthy, and full of vital life force? If we could fill our cup with those things by prioritizing our well-being, embracing personal growth, nurturing our relationships, living intentionally, and viewing our failures as lessons. I'm so grateful you are here on my channel and so grateful that you are going on this journey with me. I am so proud of you for all the steps you're taking. Even just this, you realize there's a gap between where you are and where you want to be, and you right now are filling that gap with knowledge. You are trying to learn so that you can fill that gap, and that, my darling, is so much more than so many people are doing right now. I'm so proud of you, and I hope that this will inspire you, especially in 2025. Hello. At the making of this video, we are about to have a new year. It's about to be a new year, guys, and that's so exciting. Actually, tomorrow when you see this video, if you see it tomorrow when it's live, it will be January 1st, 2025. And that is so exciting. That is so exciting. We're gonna thrive this year, or we're gonna start at least learning how to thrive, okay? Because you deserve it. You are worthy, and I love you. Thank you for being here. Much love.